let's talk about sabotaging momentum. Are you in this phase where you're trying to like implement a good habit, or you're trying to break free from a bad habit, and it just feels like a constant circle? You start and you stop, you start and you stop, you start and you relapse. So let me show you how to fix that. So let's start first of all in the initial phase where you think about like, hey, I'm gonna start doing this new habit just because I want to be a better person, or I want to break free from this bad habit just because I want to be a better person. You think to yourself, if I can do this, if I can quit this, I'm gonna be a better person. It don't matter what it could be. It could be going to the gym. It could be waking up early. It could be quitting vaping. It could be quitting smoking, quitting drinking, or pornography, or the other bad habits out there. So you think to yourself, like, if I can just get rid of these bad habits, or if I can just implement these good habits, I'm gonna be a better person. Now, the initial phases, you go about 3 days, 3 to 4 days, 3 to 5 days, or you go a week, or you go 2 weeks before the sabotaging occurs. Like, before you start feeling like you can start sabotaging your progress, you go some days in that streak of not doing the bad habit, or like, oh, the streak of like doing the good habit, and you start sabotaging this habit. Let me tell you why you sabotage this habit. So first of all, you might be thinking like, okay, you start thinking in the past, you be like, okay, I've tried this several times before, and I haven't made any progress with it. Like, let's say you tried it several times in the past and you haven't made no progress with it. So what makes it different this time? What do I think I'm gonna be able to? What do I think I'm gonna be able to implement it this time? Like, what makes it different this time? So you start sabotaging it from the past, looking at the past like, hey, I've done this several times, so it's like, why is this time gonna be a difference compared to the other times where I've actually tried it before and I failed? Or now you start, or some people go the other route. They be like, okay, I've done it for 4 days, I've done it for 5 days, I've done it for a week. Can I actually do it for 2 years? Can I do it for the rest of my life? You start thinking long term. You start thinking like sabotaging it based on the future. Say, can I continue to pursue this habit every day of my life, regardless of what's happening? Putting all this like limiting self beliefs on yourself, like you don't know if you're gonna be able to continue this good habit or quit this bad habit for such a long time. But one thing that actually helps with like not quitting from like your good habits and like removing the bad habits from your life is actually if you focus on the now. Recently I started this trying to take cold showers every day. So one thing I didn't focus on was like, if I'm gonna be able to do it for the rest of my life. I just focus on every day. I didn't think about my past habits of like trying to take my past attempts of trying to take cold showers, because the last times I've tried to take cold showers consistently, obviously I failed. But I didn't think about those times. I didn't think about the times in the future or how long I'm gonna have to do it for. I just think about it like from like every day. Like, I think every day, one day at a time, and I keep on doing it like every day, every day, every day. It don't matter what happens in the past. You don't want to happen in the future. You just gotta take it from like one day at a time, one day at a time, and you just go with it like that. So that's one way to like not sabotage momentum. Taking it one day at a time, not thinking about the future, not thinking about the past, and just taking one day at a time, one day at a time, one day at a time. And you see, like, you stop thinking about the future, you stop thinking about the past, you focus on the present. And I tell you, you're gonna be on a roll, my dog. I tell you that you're gonna be on a roll for sure. So I say you just have this very strong why in yourself, like why you actually want to implement this habit into your life, or why you're trying to break this habit into your life. You have to have a strong why of why you're trying to do it, so that when these challenges come, when you start thinking about the past times, past attempts you've actually tried to make and you didn't succeed in it, you think about those times and you just like shove them to the side, because your why is so strong, and you just know that you can do it regardless of what your thoughts are telling you, regardless of what has happened in the past, and regardless of how long you're gonna do it for. You don't focus on the future either though. You just focus on doing it every day, every single day. Consistency is a word, bro. And you're just gonna see, it's gonna be so easy for like you to implement good habits and break free from the past habits.